Hello and welcome to a new weekly crafting vlog. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. I've spent quite a lot of today doing the housework, hoovering top to bottom, washing, just catching up by myself really. Yeah, not my favourite thing to do. But anyway, now I've done that, I can do a bit of crafting. Okay, so I've printed the pattern for the Geddy tee. That is the pattern that I'm doing with my knit group. And this is the yarn that I'm using. So I'm now going to cake it up, ready for when we start that project. Okay, so it's a few days later. I worked yesterday and it's a Monday today. I have currently finished editing my Tolstity project vlog. So yeah, that will probably be live by the time this video comes out because this is my weekly crafting vlog. So once I finish doing that, I do need to go to the school for a meeting for my little boy. And then I think I need to record a podcast. So I don't know how much crafting I'm going to get done today, to be honest. So yesterday was the 6th of July and that was the date that our knit group was going to start the Geddy tee. I've not started it yet. I have caked up all the yarn, so I've got that far. I did have to make a purchase on Amazon actually for some Knit Pro needles because there was a few sizes that I didn't have, and I definitely didn't have a size 3.75mm crochet hook because it's a bit of an odd size really. Anyway, I ordered one of those and I ordered a 3.5mm knitting needle interchangeable one because I'm currently using that for the right around the corner shawl. So I can't use that because it's being used already. And then I purchased a 4mm interchangeable knitting needle because, again, I didn't have one of those. I didn't have a metal one, to be honest. I think I've got like a wooden set and a set that's already on a cable, so a fixed circular knitting needle one. But yeah, I wanted an interchangeable one, so I've got a bit more flexibility. So yeah, I'm just waiting on that one actually. I could crochet the squares now, I guess. But yeah, I've got half an hour till my meeting, so anyway, I'm just exporting this vlog and I will see you in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm back from the school. Yeah, that was a difficult one. Anyway, this is a crafting vlog. This isn't a lifestyle vlog where I just my personal life. Anyway, now I'm home, I can get started on the Geddy tee. So I've printed the pattern. I will go through and highlight the bits, you know, in my size that I need. That's what I did on the Tolster tee anyway. And then Amazon delivered these. So this is the 3.75 crochet hook. And then this one here is the 3.5mm. I'm currently waiting on a 4mm, which is like these, but blue. So these are the Knit Pro Zing, and they just connect to the interchangeable needles that I have because they're sort of just generic Knit Pro. So yeah, I've got my project bag. So I've got all the yarn in here caked up. The yarn's in there caked up. I'm not going to try and show you. Okay, so I've just read through the pattern and I've highlighted what I need to for now, and I need to start off with crochet granny squares. So I have my colours. Look at these gorgeous colours. As I said before, these are minis from Craft House Magic. So they're the mixtape volume 4, I believe. But look on her website, she's got loads of lovely mini sets. But this is the one that I chose. So I need to make 4 granny squares with 6 rounds. And I have these 5 colours to work with. So now I just need to choose in what sort of combination I have. That's going to be a hard one because I love all the colours. But I know I can incorporate each of these colours. But I know I can include each and every one of these colours in each granny square. But in what combination? All the animals are having a go. Maybe they want to give their input. Yeah, I'll just have to start with the colour. So I've got my Knit Pro 3.75mm hook. Let's get started. I think what I need to do is have this colour out so I can, you know, just sort of put them next to it just to see how that looks. Okay, so I've finished my first granny square. I had in my head for some reason that it was 4 colours in a square, but I need 4 squares with 6 colours. So anyway, these are the 6 colours I've included. There is one colour in there that I've used twice, and that was this colour. So yeah, I'm happy with how that's turned out. Yeah, the colours in real life look a lot better, I think. Anyway, I've measured this, and the gauge for the granny squares should be 5" by 5", and I'm just shorter of 5". Not much. So yeah, that's where 5" is, a little bit shorter there, and same for the other side as well. But yeah, I don't know, I might block these and then that'll get bigger. Well, I'll block it to 5" and then it'll stay there hopefully. But yeah, that is the first granny square. That's another one done. So I now have two, and they look very different even though they're using the same yarns. So on this one here that I've just finished, I have used two of the sort of turquoise colours in this one, and then various colours of the others. So this one here, I used two of the, so I used the middle, and then this colour here, that's the same colour. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Looks like this one's a little bit smaller. Oh no, hang on. No, they are the same size. But yeah, two granny squares done, and I'm really happy with that. Okay, so it's the next day. It's Tuesday today. I have just been to my son's sports day. So I actually feel like I've done sports day as well because I had to chase him around the playground. Anyway, I've also posted an order at the post office, and now I've sat down to do the rest of the granny squares. So I showed you yesterday that I'd already done two. So I've just got my colours lined up as to, you know, what I'm going to do for the next one. So yeah, I'm going to sit down and do that. First colour will be this one. That is the fourth colour done. I've got two more to do, but when I was doing these, I was just thinking it just feels a bit nostalgic doing granny squares, because these were the first things that I learned to do when I was a little girl. But yeah, it's just so therapeutic going round and round with the granny square clusters. Yeah, I haven't done this type of granny square in quite a while, but I'm really enjoying it. When I get to the sixth colour, I'm like, oh, I want to continue. But anyway, I've got two more colours to do on this one, and that will be my third square. I am popping out to lunch in a little while to meet my dad and granddad for lunch. I might take a little bit of knitting, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I will continue with this until I have to leave. Feeling quite mentally exhausted today. Yeah, it was this morning from my son's sports day. It was a little bit hard to see like all the other kids doing it so nicely, whereas my son, he just lacked focus and concentration, and yeah, he just wasn't listening, which is a normal day-to-day thing for him. But as a parent, when you're trying to do everything you can, it's exhausting. Anyway, I'm on the last round and so it's now 10 to 12 and I've got to meet my dad and granddad at 12:30. So yeah, I've got enough time to finish this. Oh, hang on. I've done 4 clusters rather than 3. I thought I would have a little bit of time today to record a podcast, but yeah, after sports day, I'm just not in the right headspace, I don't think. So that is going to have to be next week. I like to try and do one every 2 weeks, but sometimes life just gets in the way. And, you know, if you're not feeling up to it, it's not going to be a good podcast at the end of the day. I know I'm recording little clips for my weekly crafting vlog, but, you know, I can just sit there, craft, and put some nice music over it. And if I don't feel like talking, I don't have to. But anyway, I just thought I'd be real on here. But yeah, it is a struggle from day to day. We have had loads of support from school, which is fantastic. And I'm just coming up to the end of a 6-week course with like the schools and community team. They're offering a little bit of support to my son in school to help with his focus and concentration. Now, we had a review meeting yesterday and, well, he's gone downhill according to the school. So yeah, but he is transitioning to year 1. So he's currently in reception because he's 5. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, but we'll get there. ADHD was mentioned yesterday because he is impulsive, and the person doing the review even mentioned that, which I agree, he is, and that is an ADHD trait. I do think we're all a little bit neurodiverse, and you know, it's good to have an understanding of it and to be aware that not everyone's brain is the same, and that's fine. That is the 3rd square complete, and yeah, I like the colours in this one. So as you can see, they are all different, which is just the effect that I want, because that's how it is in the Geddy tee. But yeah, I've just got one more to make, so I'll probably do that when I get home. But yeah, that is the progress so far. So now I need to go out for lunch.
These are the bees. Lavenders. There's so much bees.
Okay, so apologise for not a lot of crafting today. Yeah, I've had a lot to do with the school today, and yeah, I've been a bit mentally exhausted, if I'm honest. So I'm now off to craft group where I can just unwind and just knit with like-minded people. So yeah, come along with me. from Craft Group, and I have blocked my squares. So these are now measuring 5 by 5 inches, which is what it's called for in the pattern. So yeah, I'll just let them dry and then I can start on the rest of the pattern. Okay, so I've just worked one night shift. I do have another night shift tonight, but I'm going to do a little bit of crochet before I go to sleep. So I thought I'd film that part, something I don't usually do. I usually rule out these like 2 night shifts and then continue with filming. But yeah, I'm gonna be starting something a little bit different and chosen these 2 yarns out of my D-stash actually, because I've got an idea for these. So I want to crochet some bunting, like crochet bunting. So yeah, I thought I'd film it. So I've just finished doing this one. I realised it was in a chunky yarn because you can definitely see a noticeable difference, and it's a lot thicker as well. But yeah, I don't think that matters too much. I'll sort of, I don't know, block it out a little bit just to straighten it out. There's this middle bit here, I don't know if you can see, soften out a bit. Just needs a bit of manipulation. Anyway, I definitely like the way that this one looks. It's a DK yarn, this one, and I believe this one was Stylecraft. And this one here is a chunkier yarn, and I believe that was the Hayfield bonus chunky. So yeah, as I said, both of these were in my D-stash. So yeah, just having a play around with it, seeing what works. Not sure I like the colour, but I'm not sure I like how this has turned out. So yeah, might look for a colour like this in DK. Might have one actually. But yeah, for now, I do like the way that this one's turned out. Okay, so it's the next day. Just worked a few night shifts. In the last clip, you would have seen that I did some crochet bunting. So I wasn't overly happy with the sort of like minty sage greeny colour because it was a slightly thicker yarn. I think that yarn was actually chunky. I put it in my D-stash pile and it didn't have a ball band, but I think it was most definitely chunky because the other one, which was like a blush pink, I think that was a Stylecraft yarn and it was DK, even though it didn't have a ball band, but I much preferred how that worked up than the other one. So yeah, today I've just sat down and done some more stitch markers, which I'll just show you. So I've just been making a batch of like rainbow stitch markers. As you can see, I've got sort of like 4 pinks in each sort of shade. Yeah, I've just been batch making them basically. So this is 4 sets of 20 rainbow stitch markers. So yeah, I just need to glue them and get them sort of packaged up. So that's what I've been doing this morning. I have kind of been waiting around this morning just because I needed to plug the car in to charge it because I didn't plug it in the other day and I got home with sort of 20% battery, I think. Anyway, it's usually enough to get me from A to B, but because I need to go to Durham, so today I need to take some jumpers to get embroidered for the new school year in September. I need to take them to a place that does the embroidery for school clothes. And whilst I'm there, like that you can take them and wait for them to be embroidered. But whilst I'm there, I discovered a yarn shop. So I'm going to go along there. I've never been in there before. I didn't know about it. As with all new places I go to, I do just scope out any yarn shops nearby, because yeah, I think it's nice to support small businesses and also to highlight that they're there. You know, I'd never heard of this yarn shop, and it's only like a 20-minute drive. No, 20 to 30-minute drive. So yeah, I'm gonna go there whilst I wait for the jumpers to be embroidered. In fact, I think I might go now. Okay, so after all that, they would not embroider the jumpers because it's not a knitted jumper, it's a sweatshirt. Oh my god, I've driven half an hour for nothing. Well, no, I'm going to a yarn shop. I'm gonna make it worthwhile. I'm home now from my little trip to Durham. So I did go to get the jumpers embroidered for my son. Well, that didn't go to plan. So apparently it needs to be a knitted jumper and not sweatshirt style. So yeah, back to the drawing board on that one. Anyway, it wasn't a wasted trip because I got to go to a yarn shop. So I hadn't been to this yarn shop before. I didn't even know it was there. So the yarn shop is in Durham and it's called Crafty, and they had a wide selection of acrylic yarns. So I was quite pleasantly surprised with some of the yarns. The owner of the shop was very helpful and also very knowledgeable about the stock that she had in her shop. So there was some yarn in there that if I hadn't known it was 100% acrylic, I would have thought it was a merino yarn. It was so soft and I'd never heard of it before. It was 100% acrylic, and yeah, I was literally blown away. So anyway, let me show you what I purchased. So don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love the colours. So this one here is Stylecraft Batik Swell. So you get 200 grams, and yeah, it's got pinks, purples and like greeny teals. I quite like that. And there is a picture on here of how it works up. So yeah, I could easily use that in like a shawl or, you know, anything like that. So anyway, that's a DK weight, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's DK. And oh, it says free pattern on reverse of the ball band. So yeah, not sure if it's a blanket pattern. I'm not sure, but I really like the colours. So yeah, I brought that home. And then I got a simple Stylecraft special DK because as I said, with that crochet bunting, it was a bit too thick and I wanted something a little bit thinner. So I think this is sort of near enough to the colour that I want to go with. But yeah, I can crochet up some more bunting. So as I said, that yarn shop was called Crafty, and I got a loyalty card. So yeah, basically you get one stamp per £10 spent. And then once this card is completed, you get £5 off your next purchase. But yeah, I thought that was a cute little detail for a yarn shop to have. I've never come across that before. So anyway, I think I'll round off the video here. If you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing. That would really help my channel. If you did make it this far, please leave me a yarn ball emoji in the comments down below, because I did go to a yarn shop. And leave me a comment down below to let me know what you're working on. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!